Drones are pretty expensive, but not this bad boy, the Potensic Atom. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got something a little bit different for you, a bit of a contender in the drone arena. This little unit, the Potensic Atom. Now firstly, straight off the bat, we'll talk about its biggest advantage, and that is the price point. Now in US dollars, you're looking at 300 bucks for the basic drone kit, and the Fly More combo is $400. So roughly translated into Aussie dollars, you're looking at 445 for the basic kit, or $595 for the Fly More combo. Now, comparatively speaking, that is pretty good value considering what you get in the kit, especially that Fly More combo. In the box with the Fly More kit, you get, the biggest advantages, of course, extra batteries. You do get a charging hub with 3 batteries, and this hub will charge all 3 simultaneously, not one at a time, like some others do. You also get all the cables you need to connect your controller and to charge everything up. You get lightning cable for Apple and all the USB cables and everything you need. You get a whole bunch of spare propellers and all the usual stuff, plus a nice padded carry case that you can, carry the whole lot in, which is pretty cool. So we're looking at a Sony CMOS sensor on a brushless 3-axis gimbal. This thing can do 4K at 30 frames per second. Apparently it has a 6-kilometer video transmission range. So, you can fly this thing a fair way before it'll lose connection. It does also have a whole bunch of QuickShot modes, which I'll be testing out for you guys, including intelligent visual tracking. So we'll be on the bike, see if it can follow me. It doesn't have any obstacle avoidance. So, it's not going to be able to follow you through single track in between the trees, but out in the open should be fine. We do of course have GNSS GPS positioning. The drone itself is under 250 grams, which I've said before is a really good thing. You don't need to register it in Australia and also in USA, I believe, probably most markets. They're claiming a 32-minute flight time from 1 battery. We'll see how that goes too. We'll be testing that out. Obviously that's in controlled conditions. In the real world, you're looking, if we could get 20 to 25 minutes out of one of these batteries, that'd be pretty good. So because the hub charges in parallel, it'll charge all 3 of these up from 0 to 100% in about 90 minutes. So yeah, pretty quick. The drone itself has level 5 wind resistance, which is pretty good. And yeah, as I mentioned, the biggest draw card with this guy is the price. And shipping cost in Australia for this guy is 15 bucks. So pretty decent shipping, and only takes 3 to 5 days. So they do have plenty of Australian stock, which is always good. All right, so we'll get this thing up in the air and get some shots from it, guys, and see how we go. We'll be shooting in 4K 30. So I've taken a battery out. As you can see here, it shows the battery level of each battery. I think you can press the button here. Yeah, press the button there and it shows how much charge is in each one. The Fly More combo also comes with a 64 gig SD card, which goes in here just below the battery compartment. Battery slides in, no worries. You have a gimbal cover on the front here. And usual deal with these small foldable drones, just pop the legs out. And he's ready to go. Now the controller has removable thumb knob things. You can unscrew those and store them in the bottom of the controller if you want to. And the antennas just fold up like so. Now this thing is a little bit different to your standard drone controllers. This one stretches out this way. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of it. It does seem to be a little bit janky, but it does work. Now I'm gonna have to switch to in-camera audio for this because I need my phone, which I record my audio on, to obviously fly the drone. Yeah, so basically you take the cable for your corresponding mobile device, whether it's an Apple or whatever. I've got the Android, so it's a USB-C connection. Plugs in the bottom here, and the angled end goes into your phone. And that bit just slides into there. There's a little cutout for it in that end. And you just extend it out and your phone's in there. You simply hold down the power button to turn it on. It's got little LED lights here that will show you how much battery is left. And once you've got the Potensic app installed and everything, it should come up automatically once you turn on your controller and connect it to your phone. There we go. Now the drone itself, just push once, hold down, and it will start up. Okay, and then we have a live feed from the camera on the drone. Very similar to other software I've used, guys. Alright, so we hit record, press the little takeoff button here. Alright, so there's a button on the screen that you can press to launch the drone, but it doesn't actually work if you're hand holding it because it's moving around too much. So you can pull these control sticks both inwards and down, and that will start up the props. Hopefully I can do it here without destroying anything. There we go. Now one thing I have noticed with this drone is it only has 2 stick control modes, mode 1 and mode 2. That probably wouldn't be a big deal for most people, but I'm kind of used to using stick mode 3, which is sort of more like a radio controlled car where you go forward and back with the left stick, and the right stick I use to turn left and right. But yeah, basically I'm just having to get used to a different way of flying. So hopefully this has shown a decent picture. One thing that I've noticed with other drones in the past is when you're pivoting around, the horizon can become off kilter, like it can go really crazy. Yeah, I've definitely noticed that with other drones. With this one so far, it's perfect. It's not losing the horizon levelness. And it looks like a pretty good 4K picture there. I do have all the settings currently set to auto, so there's no manual white balance or anything like that, so it's all automatic. So we've been flying for just on 13 minutes now, and we are down to 57%. So if we double 13, we get 26 minutes, which is pretty good, and that's just flying in normal mode. The drone is up fairly high at the moment, and it's already telling me the video transmission signal is weak, and it's only 1 kilometer away from me. I mean, there is a fair bit of foliage and stuff around here, obviously. Right, let's see if I can get this thing down. Whoa. Yeah, it went into automatic landing mode then because the battery's getting a bit low. So we got 24 minutes of flight time, and that was pretty much down to 11% battery. So yeah, you don't want to go too much further down on the old battery than that. But yeah, that's about what I expected. Anyway, I'll check that footage out when I get back home and give my thoughts on it, whether or not it's up to scratch with other drones in the same sort of category.
Righto, so after reviewing the footage, I've got to say it's pretty decent quality 4K footage. Like, it's sharp, it's crisp, the colours are pretty good straight out of camera. I didn't have to do any editing, but you probably could boost up the saturation and contrast a little bit if you wanted to in post, but I think that in reality most people are going to be well satisfied with the quality of the footage that comes out of this little drone. Yeah, definitely nice and sharp and good detail. Now, for anyone curious on the details of the video files, they are AVC, so H.264, and the 4K 30 seems to be averaging around about 51 to 52 megabits per second. So not a huge bit rate, but then you don't want massive bit rates because the files are massive and hard to work with. So, but there's definitely enough detail in those shots. So yeah, pretty happy with it.
Right, excuse the wind noise, but I reckon this is probably as good a place as any to do a proper bit more of a proper range test anyway. We'll fly this out here with our line of sight, no trees in the way, and see how far it goes. Alright, off you go. Yeah, there probably is a little bit of a crosswind here, guys, maybe 5k an hour. It's not much, so hopefully it's not going to affect the drone in any way. We'll see how far we get video signal transmission anyway. Now, just so you know, this footage is shot a little bit differently. I've turned the white balance onto 5500K. So no automatic white balance for this one, and I've also graded it a little bit, just with a little bit of contrast and saturation enhancement, nothing too major. It definitely looks a bit better than the previous footage anyway. Okay, so we have gotten out to 2.5 kilometers at an altitude of only 100 meters. Battery is sitting on 75%, so signal's still strong, still really good video transmission. So obviously those trees do really affect it. Being out in the clear, it's much better. I don't know if you'll be able to see there, but we are at 3 kilometers now, so 3,000 meters, no problem. We've got to 4K, 4 kilometers out now, no worries at all. It did just automatically go into return to home mode because the battery is down to 60%. So I think I'm going to call it because I don't want to have it put down out in the middle of nowhere. So you're going to bring it back now, but yeah, it got to like 4,300 meters, guys. So yeah, and the video transmission is still awesome, no worries at all. In the clear, it works really well. Barely any lag, no breakup. Yeah, really good. You've got to keep the antennas obviously pointed in the right direction. Yeah, pretty impressive on the whole. So I'm just going to let it return to home now. It knows the best way to do it. So hopefully it gets here before it runs out of battery. Still keeping that horizon perfectly level. I like that. Very good. See how accurately it returns to home. Alright, it's coming down. Well, I catch it so I didn't land in the long grass, but pretty accurate, like probably 2 meters away from where we took off. So we've got a fresh battery in, and I'm going to show you guys the QuickShot modes. It's a pretty nice spot up here for it, I reckon. So yeah, we'll just have a look and see what QuickShots we have. I'm not even sure what there is. Okay, we have GPS signal. I'm going to try the launching from the one press thingy. Not on a perfectly level surface, but it is sort of steady. Yep. Ooh. Worked. Alright, so this is the pull away. Hopefully it works. You guys won't be able to see what the drone's doing, but here's the footage from it anyway. So it automatically came back to where it was to start with. Right, apparently this is the rocket. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Pretty slow. Oh, it's speeding up now. Alright. Alright, this is called the circle. Let's go. Again, just keep in mind, guys, when you're doing this, if you buy this drone, when you're doing these quick shots, there is no obstacle avoidance, so make sure that there's no trees or whatever in its path. I'm hoping that it's not going to hit any of those low shrubs over there, but should be right. It was close. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Circle. The circle work. Alright, what else we got? Alright, this one's the spiral. It's sort of the same as the circle, but it pulls back, goes up and out at the same time. Let's go. Right, this is the last one, guys. This is the boomerang. So it sort of goes out, circles, goes out and comes back in. Should try and do something interesting. We'll do the sprinkler for you. See you later, drone. Hope you come back. He's hooting over there. Look at him go. I gotta say, these QuickShots are pretty cool. I reckon they'll be handy for, you know, if you're in a nice spot and you just want to be able to get a nice sort of sweeping scenery shot without having to be an ace drone pilot anyway. Okay, that's the boomerang. Righty guys, I'm going to try the active track. Now I don't have A, any idea what I'm doing here, or B, anywhere to really keep this on the bike. I can sort of set it going and then jam it sort of half into my tank bag. It doesn't fit in there properly, but I won't be able to see what the drone's doing on the screen as I'm riding along. So I'm going to have to keep turning around to make sure it's not crashed into anything. But we're sort of going to be going slightly, if you can see here, it's not steep uphill and there's only one tree there that could be a problem. Hopefully it's enough out of the way, but hopefully the drone will follow the ascent of us with the hill sort of thing, so it'll go up and not just fly straight into the ground there. So we'll see what happens anyway. So to do this active track, we just go into the QuickShots, and then there's down on the bottom right hand corner, it's kind of hard to see, draw a box around us, or me, go, please don't crash. Where are you going? Oh, I'm knocking the stick. Shit. Yeah, you can't be knocking the stick. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. What I can probably do is take off these knobs and then it won't hopefully get bumped in here. Let's see what happens. Alright, I think he's following. Here. Yeah, he's coming. I'm sorry guys, I've got shit half hanging out of my tank bag and stuff, so I'm not going to be able to do wheelies or anything exciting. I'm just going to be putting up this hill. Just got to make sure he's gaining altitude. Doesn't look like it so far. Except for that tree. Oh, he stopped. Okay. No worry, but he must have lost me. I mean, this ground is not, you know, like a flat beach or even a road that's sort of, you know, there's a lot of contrast and shit on this surface here. So we are running out of battery, so I might throw another battery in it and give it one more try. Come on now, you know you want it. Okay. Going uphill as well. Come on, little fella. You can do it. Oh shit. What the hell did he do then? Oh, he's heading for the moon. What the hell? Have I bumped something here? No? Where are you going, dude? Oh, he's returning to home for some reason. Yeah, you've really got to be patient with this sort of stuff, because it can be frustrating. And it's not just this drone. As I said, I've done it with other drones. We want to give this one a decent test, so see what we can do. We'll give it another go. But yeah, like this controller in the tank bag situation is not ideal. You had some kind of mount where you could put it on your handlebars. Better. Come on, little fella. I'm literally only doing 15k an hour, so should be able to keep up. It's kind of going all over the place, like altitude wise. It's going up and down. He's still there. Jeez, he gets close and then sort of buggers off again. We've got some trees up here, but hopefully nothing that he's going to want to hit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. Ah. The remote's falling out of here. Okay. I think we're going to call it before something gets destroyed. Anyway, that remote's lost only one bar of power in probably done 2.5 batteries there now, so not too bad. Alright, so that visual tracking was obviously a bit of a fail. What I'm going to do now, it's a different day, different location, and we've got like a dirt road that should be a lot more easier for the drone to contrast me between the ground, so I'm going to give it another try. Jesus, that was close. Like he's following. He's going to putt along at about 25 because I think that's about the max speed that he can do. He's already a fair way back. It's still coming though. Hopefully he's getting a good shot. Oh no, stopped. Doing 12 kilometers per hour, it should be able to keep up easily. Just stop and see if it actually catches up. It's still tracking me, so that's something. It's very slow, like there might be like a 5 kilometer per hour wind today, like you can tell, look at the trees, it's just real. I would say there's close enough to no wind. Uh-oh, we have power lines here, so I'm just going to turn around. Hopefully it doesn't. Come on little buddy, we're going back this way. You can do it. You can do it. I'm very slow. Coming, I can't see him. Oh, looks like he's facing this way. Come on, little Adam. You got this. You are the master of your domain. Definitely working a lot better right now than it was the other day on that sort of road. You know, there was a lot of tufts of grass and stuff on the road. It wasn't as easy for it to contrast me on that surface. Oh, seems to have stopped the back there. Maybe the grid confused him. I don't think it would reacquire me automatically. Can you see me? Alright, that concludes my visual tracking testing. That is as good as I'm going to get on a motorbike with what I have, so yeah. Not great, but I think that turned out a lot better than the other day anyway. Okay, so what is the bottom line with the Potensic Atom? I think it's pretty bloody good value for money, guys. Those QuickShots, definitely the highlight. The tracking could be better, like as I said, I've never had really any good luck with tracking on these types of drones. But anyway, the video quality coming out of this, really good, especially with that little bit of color grading, if you want to do that sort of stuff. Drone itself hasn't glitched, really good range out in the open. Haven't had any problems with it. It always does what it's told to do. Hasn't had any little wobblies or anything like that. So pretty reliable. And of course, that Flymore combo for under 600 bucks Australian dollars, you are looking at really good value there. Anyway, guys, if you want to check out the Potensic Atom, I will have links down in the description. Please check it out if you're keen. And yeah, on that, I guess we'll catch you on the next video. Cheers.